Because I would get questions like, well, when you wake up, do you see a giraffe? And I'm like, do you see a giraffe? Like, I've never seen a giraffe except at a zoo.
I'm Vanessa Kanbi and I'm here with my cousins. Woohoo! Meet my family. All of them live in America. So I want to find out how it's been growing up in America, you know, like the differences, I guess. You know, I grew up in Scotland, they grew up in America, and then how it feels to be back here in Ghana just now on your trip. So if we can introduce you all, do you want to go through, say your name and, I don't know, age? Or just names, fine.
Okay. I'm Zuella.
I'm Zoe.
And I'm Caitlin.
So Zuella and Zoe are sisters. So my dad's sister is their mum. And then Caitlin's mum is my dad's cousin. And so, like, your mum grew up in the same house.
Yeah, so she moved from Behinasi when she was 6 years old, and then she just lived there ever since.
In the family house in Accra with, like, our parents, basically. So, where do you guys all live?
We live in Texas.
Okay, nice.
And then I'm originally from Nashville, and then I moved to Texas, like, maybe 9 months ago.
Oh, okay. And were you born and raised in Texas?
I was born in Tennessee. We were both born in Tennessee.
Yeah. Oh wow,
in Nashville.
I'm just finding this out for the first time. I didn't know that.
Our brother's the only one out of the three of us that was born in Texas.
Oh, okay.
So we were born in Nashville.
And so were you?
I was born in Nashville as well.
Oh, right. And then when did you move to Texas from Tennessee?
What, 99?
98.
I was 98. I was 13, or about to turn 13.
Oh, right.
You were how old?
Like 8 years old.
So you remember being in Tennessee?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh wow, I actually can't believe that this is the first time that I'm finding this out, like here on camera. See, this is why you need to, like, you know, interview your family to find out about them. So I want to find out how it was growing up in America, like as Ghanaians, or how do you, if somebody says, where are you from, would you say I'm from America, or would you say I'm from Ghana?
I think
Write down my nationality. I usually put like Ghanaian American sometimes.
Right.
Okay.
It's more specific.
But I think most people will ask you, they're like, oh, where are you from? And you'll say like Texas, but then they're like, but where are you really from? And you say, both of my parents are from Ghana.
Usually it depends on like who's asking me, and I'm like, oh, okay, they want to know if I'm African, or you know, like, or you know, like where in Texas I live or something. But yeah.
And something you said yesterday, which I found really interesting, was, you know, a lot of people right now are looking to like move to Ghana from America, and you were like, but they weren't saying that, you know, when you guys were at school.
When we were younger.
So how was that being at school?
It wasn't cool, right? Like, or what they like think is cool now to be from here. So it was for me, it was difficult because at times like I would try to just like hide it. But I can't, like I look like, you know, my family has some kind of roots about them, you know, so I don't know, it was just something you just dealt with.
What were people, did people say anything to you like Zoe?
So there's this like ongoing joke about children from Africa being like African booty scratchers and stuff like that. They just like say, you know, random stuff to like hurt your feelings, but it wasn't true. So, you know, we could laugh about it, but not take it so seriously, I feel like.
And I think at the time we were children, you know, I mean, at least for me, like I was a kid, you know, and so thinking about it now as an adult, it's like they were kids too. They didn't know any better, you know what I mean? And they, you know, it's not their parents' fault. They just never learned it, right? Because I would get questions like, well, when you wake up, do you see a giraffe? And I'm like, do you see a giraffe? Like, I've never seen a giraffe except at a zoo.
But we get that same question when we lived in Texas. They would be like, oh, well, you know, do you ride horses to school?
Oh.
So it kind of felt similar.
I think I used to get made fun of the most when I would bring like jollof rice to school. And they would be like,
You took jollof to school?
Yes. I mean, I was proud. It was good. And everyone, they'd be like, ew, it smells nasty. And then they would try, like, oh, this is actually good. And I was like, exactly.
Yeah. And now any of my friends that try jollof, they're like, can your mom make me some, please? They like send in orders and stuff, and my mom will call, be like, hey, so-and-so called and asked me to make jollof. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Oh, that's so nice. So what do you think was the switch? Like, obviously now I'd say it's quite cool, you know, to be from Ghana and people want to come here and really travel. Is there anything that you saw being in America that you think made people make that switch?
I think just, at least at home, just kind of what's going on, like, not just politically, but just like in like the communities that we live in, and like what we see on the news. Like, I think a lot more people are starting to realize that we are strong as a people together, and they're starting to feel like, I want to know where I come from. I think that's just really what it is people are starting to really wonder where they come from, because they see where they live is not where they come from. Because where they're at, they're not being treated like they come from there.
And yes, so Zoe, how does it feel living in America right now? Like, do you feel any certain way, and growing up actually, like going to school and stuff?
You know, I feel like our parents really tried to give us opportunities. They try to put us in like piano lessons or in sports or whatever to keep us occupied at all times. So I never really felt it until I became an adult, that I was different. You know, I always felt like I was included in everything because my parents made it that way. But as an adult, I'm like, wow, I'm different.
But what's crazy is that even our parents, like, they experienced a lot of things too. You know what I mean? So it's crazy to think that we are thought of as different when I'm like, well, the things that I was afforded as a kid, my parents were able to do. It's not like it was this like new thing, like African parents send their kids to piano lessons. Like we've done, like they did stuff like that too, you know? So it's just weird how other people perceive you and how you just think you is normal, you know? Like, so I don't know.
And would you guys ever consider moving back to Ghana?
Yes.
Oh, you all would? Oh, nice. And what do you do at the moment, and what would you do when you came here?
So right now I'm like a physical therapy tech, but I just got accepted into 2 master's programs for global public health. So my ultimate goal is to be like a health advisor in Ghana and like a lot of like African countries. So basically I would be going into like communities like the ones that we were in like earlier, like villages, and then just seeing, like talking to officials and talking to the government and like seeing what they need. Then I would like write policies and like write like different like things that they need to change, and then that would basically be my job.
Definitely something that's needed here.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. And how about you, Zoe?
Well, currently I'm a doctor of physical therapy, so I would do that, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't change my life. I would just go to the beach on the weekends and be a physical therapist by day. Yeah.
Have patient therapy on the beach.
Yeah.
And how about you, Zoe?
I'm a teacher, so I would teach.
Oh, nice.
I teach and I coach, and it's something that I've thought about for years and years and years, but now that I'm an adult, I think I'm starting to look more into the opportunity to do it, because it's becoming more of a serious thing.
And what makes you want to make that move?
I want to live like a comfortable life, like, you know, and I just feel like here I'm just stress-free, like, you know, like you have things to do, but I want to be here where it just feels like home, you know, like.
And we know living in Ghana is not stress-free,
Right.
because it's very different than living in America, but you just feel different. Like when you're here, you just know, like, I belong here, like I feel whole here.
Which, you know, might be very different once we actually move here, right? And we have to go to work and we're like, I want to go back to America, you know?
Well, there will be days, I'm sure.
But I think overall, just being here is something that I know for myself, and my son, I want him to, he's loving it, you know, just being out here and experiencing something different, and him going through, or watching him go through the things that I went through mentally, like, or what kids perceived of me, and he's just like, this is different. Wait, can we go do this? Can we go do this? You know, like, he's interested. And I love that he's interested at his age, because maybe he'll come back sooner than I did.
Oh, yeah. So how often did you come back when you were younger, Caitlin?
I only came back when I was 11, and then I came back like a few months ago, so when I was 22.
And then you've come back like so quickly after the last
I
time.
was excited to come back again.
You're like, can't get enough of
Keep
it.
away.
And Zoe, how about you?
I feel like when we were growing up, our families would come like every 5 years consistently, and then every once in a while in between, if we could.
So it's the same for you as well. So when was the last time you were back?
I was 15, so it was
Okay, so it's been a
20,
while.
yeah.
And how does it feel from then till now? Like, do you see a massive change?
Yes, it's completely different. Like everything is different. Like everything is different, even from the house. Like, or not even starting at the airport, it was completely different. I was like, wait, did we like do a U-turn and go back home? Like the airport is amazing.
Yeah,
it's nice. Really nice. You know, the heat is the same, but you know, it's grown so much, and I think that's what makes me more like, I gotta come out here because there's so much opportunity, and you want to get in that opportunity early, right?
Yeah, before it's like too late. Oh, amazing! So we've got a date on you guys' return to join me here living in Ghana, or not yet? They're all like, yeah, maybe one day, but not yet.
Soon.
Oh, nice. It's been so nice, like, you know, spending time with you all.
I know.
Because I've not seen, well, I saw you guys in December, but I've not seen you since I was literally 10 years old.
Yeah, like physically. We've seen each other on like house party or something.
And stuff like that. Yeah, but in real life. So it's been so nice to like be with you guys. And then we got to go to the village today, earlier on, and like go to the graveside of our grandparents and that sort of thing. Which I've not done. Like I've not been to the village
and experienced a lot of like the cultural, you know, things that I've never experienced. A lot of what we did today.
Because like Accra is a city basically, but I feel like you see it is also like the real Ghana. But I feel like when you go outside of Accra, you see a lot of what most of Ghana's like. And it's so important to like do those things. So thanks so much guys for coming on my channel.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that subscribe button and press the bell so you're notified every time I make an upload. And make sure to check out the other video, which is me interviewing my aunties about why they moved to America in the first place. See you guys later. Bye.